This is Xbox Project xCloud. We are on the iOS build. So I checked out Android previously where I wasn't able to get direct capture, but since this is iOS, I can indeed get direct capture, which is going to give you a clear presentation of what the visual quality is for this device and this setup. So keep in mind that we are using a local network. I haven't been able to test cellular yet, just because this is my first time kind of jumping into it. I haven't had a chance to be out on the go with it yet, so that's kind of exciting. For context, I am getting 118 megabits download, and then the upload is kind of just running along here. So this is the opening. I'm getting about 32 megabits right now when I'm doing this. So this is running Halo the Master Chief Collection. Wah, 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 wah. And this is kind of really exciting because this is the way I'm going to want to really optimally be playing. So if you'd like to see more gameplay in the future, let me know. I would like to do individual kind of reviews showing off each kind of game and everything like that. But for now, we're just kind of doing a general test to showcase, what we're getting here. So first off, we're going to do a custom multiplayer just so we can get a feel for how it's running, and then after that we will do a little bit of the campaign, and then we'll do a multiplayer match because that's going to be a bigger test of what this experience can be like. So for context of the setup here, I am using the Moga clip. Xbox sent it to me, so that was kind of nice of them. Probably do a review of that later, maybe not a video one, but written. And then I'm using a Bluetooth controller, obviously, because you need that with the setup, and that will give you an idea of the visuals here. It's just this is going to be the ideal setup for me to be playing this, in comparison to Android. So I do have a Google Pixel 4, but my iPhone XS, which is the device here, is my ideal platform for playing, just because it is my primary phone that I use when I'm out on the go. So down the road, when I'm out at an event or whatever, or what I'm doing, I'm most likely going to be using this device as my xCloud option. So keep in mind, test-wise, this is a much more limited option, just because iPhone limits it to, I believe, 10K users for testing. So it was really nice to get in, and it is going to be running a little bit differently just due to the design of the the general ecosystem and everything like that, so it won't run quite the same as Android. I mean, obviously the goal down the line is to make sure that they are all running very well, but I am noticing a little bit more artifacting with this particular version. You're seeing that in the top left corner there. Still no input delay. Hopefully the clicking kind of gives you a good indication of that. I hope it's picking up on the mic so you can hear that there is no input delay at all. It's very smooth in that regard. I'm not really noticing any delay issue with movement, and that is kind of nice. So we're going to switch things up and go to a campaign level so that we could show off what that is like, because we just want to kind of give an indication of where it is on each of the individual aspects of the experience. Kind of giving a zoom in there just so you can see we are still getting that great draw distance and everything. It does look really good visually. I'm quite impressed. So here we go. Fairly iconic Halo level, just so we can show off a bit of what the campaign's like. I'll skip the cutscene in case somehow there's still spoilers for people. But yeah, this is to get an idea of what the campaign is running like. The good old Arbiter there. And it's kind of a fairly iconic level for me to be doing this in, just because, it is near the end of Halo 3. But yeah, it's looking really quite good visually. Yeah, and I am noticing personal slight discomfort, and this is not due. So if my aiming is off, this is due to nothing to do with the actual xCloud, but the fact that having the Lightning recording option plugged in is kind of weighing down my the top of my phone quite a bit, because it's like an HDMI cord attached to it. So I apologize for any off aiming that I might be doing. It's just the right hand side of the controller is feeling a little bit weighed down. I'm gonna have to find a better setup for this cord design. I just haven't done recording in this nature in a while, because usually when I'm recording the screen, well, that was kind of a pitiful death. When I do these mobile reviews, I'm I'm holding the phone, right? I'm not having it attached to anything. Well, I am having it attached, but I'm physically holding the phone, and it's not being lifted up by a controller clip to hold onto it. Just trying to give context into the setup of this, so we can be a little more technical in the understanding of what kind of setup I'm doing here. But other than that, when I don't have the cord hanging out the side to record this, it is very comfortable to have this position. And if you are doing this, I heavily suggest getting the clip as an option for holding your phone. It's really well done. They also make a very Xbox styled controller. Wow, I'm having a hard time with this part today. They also do make an Xbox styled controller. Wow, 2 deaths. That's kind of embarrassing. We'll switch over to the multiplayer because I'm not doing this very well. So we're loading into a multiplayer match. I thought Slayer would be kind of quick, give you an idea of how everything is running. Because again, we are doing a test. Maybe I'll do like a review overall of this later on. And like I was mentioning, Moga does have a full Xbox controller and kind of clip design that works as one unit, so that might be a good option. And I've kind of fixed my my recording situation, so I've pinned the cord up so it's not as weighted down. So hopefully that helps. So this is a classic Forge reach map, and it's also like a classic Halo map if you're not familiar with if you're not familiar with the Halo series. I mean, Halo 2, I think, did they have this in Halo 3 again? Probably in an anniversary edition. They've done this map 3, 4, 5 times or whatever with a lot of the maps, but yeah, it's kind of well balanced for gameplay and the design of the game. Oh jeez. Come on. Get that DMR going here. Nice. So yeah, it's actually running quite stably, I'd say, in regards to running on the device. So this is more of a test of the system, because it's less of just directly, running just the game. It's also running your connection with other people online too, right? You're competing with other players, going on a was it a sword spree? Oh, I had a killing spree, but I don't think I had a sword spree yet. One of our guys quit. The match just started. It's ridiculous. But yeah, even though it is a smaller screen, it's not too bad for aiming and shooting and playing on. I definitely don't feel like I'm at a huge competitive disadvantage playing this version, and I love that I'm actually able to get a direct capture, because that way I can clearly show off what I'm seeing and everything like that, and the network and everything. Okay, let's keep going and get this guy. Yeah, these guys aren't very good. But yeah, it's handling quite well, I think. I am noticing a bit more of the pixelization in the visuals, though, but for the most part, it does appear to be handling quite well. I'm just glad I'm able to give this clear, sort of presentation visually of what is being shown. So you've got an idea of the connection, the device, the resolution, everything like that. Okay. Oh, I got sniped from behind. Was that guy didn't snipe me, it was somebody else. And if you would like to see other games shown off, let me know. At the current moment in the testing, it is just the Master Chief Collection that is available on iOS, but I have done some other capture on, the Pixel 4, showing off a number of games. And I hope that as it expands, I'll be able to do more titles, and I would again like to revisit the Master Chief Collection and do more of a focused review type thing, because I do reviews on Xbox One X titles to show off that platform and everything running there. And I guess I'd like to do something similar with xCloud titles, so that you can see get an idea if a game is worth it to check out, because this is going to act almost as if it is its own platform in the future. Some people might not even own an Xbox console, they might just have xCloud. So I think it would serve as people to get an idea from an actual just straight up review perspective of performance, first and foremost on the device, or on the streaming service, and also get an idea of a review of the game itself, so that they know whether or not it's something they might want to get. I'm just forward thinking here because I know the eventuality of what this kind of system is going to do, right? It's going to be like a whole generation of people that are, basically playing Xbox games, at school or anything like that, and not having to have an actual console or anything like that. They're just going to be able to play their games like this, which I think is kind of exciting, because I would have loved this when I was younger. It would have been the best, because then I could have got work done while I was out places. Yep. Thinking of that even now, I can go out and, weird enough, this actually would be something that would be awesome to have at the bar. It'd be kind of weird to bring a controller and stuff along, but I don't know. Would that be odd? I guess that would be. You'd be like, have a group of friends and you're all like at the bar, like socializing and playing games at the same time. I don't know. Probably a stupid concept, but as we go along in the future, it probably won't be as silly. But yeah, I mean, generally I'm quite pleased with what I'm seeing here. Keeping in mind this is like, still an early test of it. It just arrived for iOS, and this is all we have available to us right now. And I think they've really got something good going on here. I mean, early state testing of these streaming things, I can't wait to see how this expands going forward. Because, we've got it on Android being tested extensively with a number of titles. We're going to get it on PC in 2020, like xCloud, so you can stream to your PC without a console. I mean, I think that's going to be easier for them to run than the mobile. The mobile is the big test for this kind of service, because this is where you're going to get eyes on like a ton of screen options, right? And I think iOS might be, damn, that sniper guy, might be a little bit easier for them to scale to going forward, just in terms of, kind of running it, because iOS is such a specific ecosystem. If you know what I'm talking about, like there's, all of them are kind of generally designed to run off the same sort of OS, and all get updated in the same way, and the screen sizes are kind of similar. It's more of like a locked ecosystem, despite there being, lots of variations in the models and the iPads and everything now, but you get the gist of what I'm going after with that reference. So I think this is going to be a little bit easier for them to develop with. Whereas Android, you get a lot more testing done because there's so many different models. So that really kind of pushes your team out. There's plus and minuses for either, if you know what I'm talking, if you get me. Oh jeez, I think I'm doing quite well. I'm not first in the match. When I play Halo, I always try to be first in the game every time I play. So that's a little bit disappointing, but we're definitely winning. Come on, how did you not snipe that guy while I was distracting the sniper shooting at him? People are just useless. Oh, that guy is making a killing off the sniping. He could literally, like, oh jeez, be the death of our team here. I had him one-shotted. What is everybody doing? This other guy's just like hiding. Unbelievable. I don't know, I just kind of want to win and get the match cleared up. Because I don't know, I thought it might as well be a good showcase of like a full game, just so you get an idea of how it's running and stuff like that. And I think it will definitely improve over time, but at this point I'm quite pleased with what they've accomplished here. I mean, it's literally Halo the Master Chief Collection running on my iPhone, which is a crazy concept to have to me, because I would have, like, I remember, again, because if you've seen the other video where, like, I check out the Android version, I remember playing like a tap the copter screen on my like iPod Touch back in the day. I was like, whoa! And to see the game slowly evolve like this is kind of nuts. I guess we could check. No, don't really want to do that. All those notifications, but battery life is actually really good. It doesn't really take much of anything because you're just streaming stuff. It's not actually running anything. See, I totally, that sniper obliterated my KD ratio at the end there. But I hope this was a good look at it. I want to dive into it more when we get more games and do individual games and reviews and stuff. So let me know your thoughts and if you'd like anything specified when I am doing these types of xCloud focused videos.